Alright, so now that you guys have all your stuff picked up from the store, I want you to go ahead and get this first dish started up. We're going to be starting with a spinach creamy chicken. So go ahead and get your chicken washed up and then trim off all the excess fat. And you can go ahead and start to get to seasoning. The seasonings we're going to be using for this one's from Kirkland. These are all from actually Costco. This one's going to be called organic no salt seasoning, so this is basically just an onion mix, and then just black pepper and salt. This one's pink Himalayan. So let's go ahead and get this stuff seasoned up, and we'll go ahead and cut to that. Alright, so I want you guys to go ahead and get this pan heated up with the olive oil. We're going to be covering about like half the pan, so once you get it dropped in, go ahead and swish it around a little bit. Like that. That should be about good. Just very enough to lather it up. Alright, so once you guys have this at a good temperature, go ahead and throw this on and try and distribute it pretty evenly so that you can get all the sides of the chicken cooked at the same time before you start flipping it. Otherwise you're going to have to start going back and trying to flip each individual when you start checking on each of them. So if you can't fit it all in one pan, if it's not big enough, then you just go ahead and do just 2 different batches. Check in on it right now. Right about here should be a good browning point, so you can just go ahead and flip it over. Make sure that it doesn't actually stick so much. You saw in the prior clip that I was just kind of shaking it around. That's to make sure that it doesn't just get stuck to the pan. Otherwise it'll get kind of gross. It's got stuck with the oil. So this looks like it's just about finished up. Let's go ahead and throw it on here, off to the side, and we can start bringing in the onions. So now if your pan is all dried out, you can just add a tiny bit more oil just to cover it up to the same level as we had it last time. And then we're going to be throwing in the garlic and the onions so it doesn't explode. I feel like I have to step back every time I do it. And the same thing with the chicken, just make sure that you disperse them all so you don't have to go back and try and flip them all individually. There you go. So once they're looking a little bit more clear, then you can go ahead and add the chicken back in. So burned. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and add in the chicken broth. So how much we're going to be filling this is just with whatever you're holding it in your pan, fill it up so it's covering just the bottom of it. So I'll show you guys what I mean in a second. And just about there should be good. So you guys see where the liquid's at on the pan? Just enough to cover the bottom of it. So we're going to let this sit for a little while and then we're going to get it thickened up. So this dish is almost finished up now. We're going to be adding into the mix just some Parmesan cheese, and this is going to act as a bit of a filler so it kind of thickens it up. I'll show you guys what it looks like in a second after it gets all mixed in. So you guys can see that it's actually looking like we're running a little bit dry. So we're just gonna add in a little bit more broth, just to make sure we don't have that problem. And then after the Parmesan, we're gonna be adding in about like 3/4 cup of half and half. So this is going to be giving it that creamy taste. So now we're going to be adding in our spinach. I want you guys to just go ahead and layer over it. That should be a good amount. Because it does, when it wilts, it kind of turns into little, looks like bacon and it shrivels up. We ended up paying $15 for a pack of that. So we'll show you what it looks like when it's all shriveled up and how much it should look like once it's all cooked. So that way you can just add it in slowly if you're not sure. Alright, so now after you guys have the spinach wilted, you can go ahead and take the cap off and pour it out on a serving dish and just garnish with lemon. And then that's the final dish. Hope you guys like it.